I have some special guests in studio. As a matter of fact, my very first interview of 2017, and it happens to be the cast and creators of Genesis Opera. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Good. How are you?
Nice to see you, Tori.
Look at all these creative people in front of me. First of all, let's introduce everybody. Aloy Sherlock, I believe, is the creator, and yes?
Yes, I am the composer of the Genesis Opera.
Fantastic. Lovely to have you here.
Well, thank you.
Then to your right is Craig Sherman. And Craig, what's your part in this?
I play Adam and also Noah's son.
Okay. I'm familiar with Craig Sherman and his work and his singing, and it's impeccable. So I can actually speak from experience seeing him.
So can we.
So
Too kind.
To Aloy's left is Steve Greenberg. Steve,
That's me. Hi.
What's your part in this whole thing?
I sing the role of God, and I direct the stage version of it.
Okay.
Steve has one of the most beautiful voices that you will ever hear.
It is the voice of God. It really
is.
is.
Literally.
It really is. Seriously. No exaggeration.
Not at my house, it's not.
You still have to take out the garbage.
That's
is
right.
that okay?
Sure. Can't make it disappear.
Now to Steve's left, we have Laura Barr. Hi, Laura. Now, what part? Where are you in all of this?
I'm the angel of God.
And how about the voice of angel
yes,
as well?
that is me. I am
angelic.
The voice of
Is that?
She
are
is
you
the
a singer?
narrator, and as the program goes on, she's narrating the stories, and the people are singing their different parts. God's singing his part. Noah is out there. Cain and Abel is out there. The Genesis Opera is the story of you and me. It's our past. It's our future. Where do we come from? Where are we going? All of these things are answered in the Genesis Opera.
Now, the Genesis, for anyone who wants to, let's get some business out of the way. Anyone wants to see it, it is at Canyon Theater Guild next Friday and Saturday, the 13th and the 14th. Can you get tickets? You can get tickets on the website, genesisopera.com.
Yes, you certainly
can. You get them at the box office if you want to just go down on Main Street? Are tickets available at the box office?
They're available the day of the show.
Okay, got it.
That's right. Or you could just come on. You just come on down and buy the tickets that day.
Excellent. Okay, so tell me a little bit more, Aloy, about how you started to compose. Like, where did this idea come from? Where did you decide? How did you decide? All of a sudden, the light goes on and you say, I've got to do this.
People, they understand things differently. Sometimes people understand things just by talking. Other people will understand them better just by singing. And when they're singing it, all of a sudden I started putting these songs together. And as I started putting them together, it's the first 10 verses of Genesis put to music. And I started saying, I'm going to do this because I feel a burden for it, truly. And it is what I must do. So I took the first 10 chapters and I started putting one song, another song. But as I went on, all of a sudden I really didn't know what to do because I didn't have a God. And on my 50th birthday, I had a party at my house, and all kinds of people are over, and I have a lot of musician friends, and we were having a great time. And then all of a sudden, this one guy, Steve, he's a writer. He's a writer, and he writes all kinds of different things. And he said, "Aloy, do you mind if I sing?" And I said, no, go ahead and go sing. So I went in the other room, and all of a sudden, he started singing these Tom Jones songs, and it was huge.
Well, Tom Jones is God.
It was fantastic. And all of a sudden, he came by, and he has all kinds of, he brought Laura. Because Laura she's a writer, she's a singer, she's just wonderful. And we changed it, so all of a sudden it became from singing to become a drama, because that's what an opera is. It's a drama.
Right. Yeah.
And also, just to clarify, it's a rock opera. The music in there is just, it's so stirring, it's so emotional, it gets you moving, it gets into your head, and it starts to take on this dramatic feeling that really puts you in this state of this religious state in a way, but not a religious state that is. It makes you feel that time. It makes you feel these stories, and it makes you feel it in a way like the same way Jesus Christ Superstar or
Joseph.
Or Joseph, yeah, it brings it.
There is a difference about it, though, because when I first talk to
God is
Eloy.
speaking.
God is speaking. So listen.
Told you.
Anyway, so when Eloy was first talking to me about it, what was very important was that it was taken directly, literally out of the Bible, that the lyrics are actually from the Bible. And what we had to do mostly was edit them down because the Bible is very repetitive, as you know, if you've read it, the King James Bible. And he was very important to him that there wasn't a filter, that we weren't changing the words from it, that we were just fitting
It's a
them
literal
to the
storytelling.
music. It's directly the copy that we were looking at and editing was the King James Bible. So that's what you.
Let me
what
ask you a
hear.
question here. What do you think, age limit wise, if because hearing the story that you're telling right now, I would bring my kids.
Yeah.
What do you think? An age range would be appropriate?
Well,
for
I'll let
this-
you see
for
that,
this?
but let me give you an anecdote before we say. After we did the show was it last summer that we did
Yes,
it? Last
yes.
summer we did it in Simi Valley. And afterwards, it happened twice, both days after we did 2 shows. A little girl in one show and a little boy in the other one came up to me afterwards and they were, 10 or 11 years old and said, "Thank you so much. This is what my mom reads to me." And it was so great to hear it and see you guys up there doing it. And it was just the cutest thing ever. It was amazing.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
What a lovely story. Okay, so we know at least 10. Do you think 5? What do you think?
I don't think that young.
No.
It's
No?
very dark and a lot of the stories, obviously,
Okay.
Cain and Abel, and the music itself is. It is a rock opera, but it's
Very epic.
very mesmerizing, very powerful, but it's not lighthearted in
Okay.
any way, shape, or form. So
As
probably 10, 11
The book of
is-
Genesis is not. So.
Exactly. There's a lot of slaying.
These characters, they come to
Going on.
life. And when all of a sudden Satan comes into view, people are mesmerized. They look at him. He's like Darth Vader that walks in. But it's fantastic, truly.
I believe we have a piece, Boss Man, that we can play here from the show. Is that what we
It's a
have?
montage.
Okay, let's hear the montage. Let's hear what's going on. What exactly happened there at the end? Was that you?
Yeah, that was me.
That note. What is that note? Is that even a real note?
Yeah, that's a high A.
That was truly amazing
Yeah.
and beautiful.
I think it was an A. It could have been a G. I don't know. We weren't worried about notes. In fact, the first time that we talked about the notes, he was like, "What exactly am I singing?" And then I found out what it was, and for a day, I couldn't hit it again.
You work with these people. I have faith in them. They're some of the greatest people I've ever worked with and some of the greatest talent that you'll ever hear. And when you do that, you work not only as a composer, but you're the producer. And you work with them, you make them do things that they never thought that they could do, and now they do it nightly.
Yeah,
It's beautiful and truly inspiring, and it's such a pleasure to have you guys here. And I really, really, really hope I can make it down next weekend to Canyon Theater Guild, 13th and 14th. You can get tickets online at genesisopera.com. That was just a little piece. We just gave you a little piece. I can't even imagine what the entire show must be like. Break legs, all of you, for next week. I hope I can make it down. Please try and get tickets off the website, but if you can't, you can just walk in. They do have tickets the day of on the 13th and the 14th. Canyon Theater Guild, you know where that is. Old Town Main Street, right down the street from the studio here. Pleasure. Craig, Eloy,
Thank you.
Stephen, and Laura. We got it?
Thank you, Tori.
Break all the legs.
Thank
okay,
you.
pleasure having you here.